This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Gamefly. Coming up on Destructoid, breaking, there is a canoe in Assassin's Creed 3. You might not be getting GTA 5 for Christmas this year, and there is an Adventure Time game in the works. Plus, we have top secret internet video game codes to give to you right now, live on Destructoid. Hey everybody, welcome to Destructoid. I am Max Scoville.
And I am Anthony Carboni, in for Tara Long, who
she has been turned into a plastic figurine by an evil wizard.
We have trapped her spirit inside this doll.
What's that, Tara Long? What's that? You're jealous of our giant-sized beers? Well, too bad. Okay, so, yeah, here's the thing that happened. Stop feeding it beer. That's terrible. That's awful. One thing that's been happening is we've been trying to get more stuff to give away to our international viewers so that you guys can have that too, because somebody called me xenophobic and I felt really bad about that.
But you are xenophobic.
I had to look it up. I didn't know what it meant. But yeah, we finally managed to get our hands on some codes. The main prize of today is a big stack of demo codes for Dead or Alive 5, which is currently only available to people who, I think, pre-ordered the collector's edition of Ninja Gaiden 3.
It was a pre-order bonus / apology.
Yes, thank you for that. I was about to say, the fine folks at Tecmo Koei were nice enough to send these our way, even though we complained about Ninja Gaiden 3 relentlessly, and then made a video about masturbating to DOA 5.
So really, they're the nicest people.
It really wasn't even like an implied masturbation. It was actually called, Can I Masturbate to This?
Yes.
It was pretty bad. So anyway, to win, we want you guys to get your little asses all up on Twitter and tweet the following. I'm watching at Dtoid Show live at http whatever the hell, youtube.com/Dtoid Show, and I want to play DOA 5, and then for that last part, you should write in the system of your choice. We've got 3 codes for XBLA and 5 for PSN, because Anthony and I took one for each of ourselves.
Yeah.
But make sure you're following that account, obviously. And on that note, I think we should probably get newsy.
Get all newsy with it.
Do you want to go in the chat and banter with the
I would love to banter.
The baby children? Okay. Now, I'm guessing a few of you guys are looking forward to Assassin's Creed 3, or as I like to call it, Parkourahuntus. Yeah.
Nope.
Well, you're in luck, because today we've got some leaked screenshots courtesy of those daring young vagabonds over at allgamesbeta.com. That's the same place that snagged those alleged Doom 4 screens a while back. Now, the screens show off some pretty cool stuff, you know, a few great little combat shops featuring the new installment's Mohawk hero, Connor, wielding a tomahawk and a musket, being a sneaky assassin and all that. And that's cool, but we expected that. What we did not expect was a canoe!
What?
Look at this, he's in a canoe!
My God, what is he, rowing down a river?
Go back to the canoe, you fool! Go back to the canoe. Show us the canoe again. Anyway, that's crazy. I want a canoe. I wonder if he's in Assassin's Creek there.
You're more excited about the canoe than like a hook blade or like any other sort of form of transportation?
Dude, he's got a canoe.
I mean, they let me have a canoe.
What's the last game where you had a canoe?
You can just have a canoe, like it doesn't take a license or anything.
Apparently I like the wrong parts of games. Everyone got mad at me for being excited about fish in Skyrim, and I'm like, a canoe! Finally! I just want to go to a lake, I think. That's really, I want to go on vacation at a lake.
You yearn for nature.
Yes. Nature is the opposite of video games. Anyway, these screens look pretty legit, but you can't tell. They might be fake. I would have no way of knowing about secret stuff about Assassin's Creed 3.
I've seen many shops in my time, and that looks shocked.
I think those were Photoshop, probably. Just a little bit of MS Paint over some Brotherhood screenshots. It probably would be a good time to mention that we've got a couple Assassin's Creed 3 videos going up on Monday morning when the embargo lifts, and I'm very excited to tell you guys all about the secrets I know about the game. It was a lie all along.
So, moving on, it's been 6 months since Rockstar released the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5, and since then we have heard virtually nothing about nothing at all. Well, the wait ends now because we've kind of cobbled together a couple of crumbs of news bites into a sort of half story, but it's Grand Theft Auto, so fuck it, we're running with it. First up, release date. Ever since that trailer left out a date or even a year, we all want to know when it's coming out, and while we don't have anything official, GameStop is not expecting it to come out this year. In their annual sales forecast, GameStop president Tony Bartel listed several of the year's biggest titles that they're banking on, and GTA 5 was noticeably absent. When asked what the deal was, he basically responded that they have no information they can share about GTA 5. Conclusive evidence that we won't see it until 2013? Probably not, but retailers usually get release date info way before it's made public, so there's that. Plus, when was the last time Rockstar released 2 huge games in a year? because we got Max Payne 3 coming out in just over a month, and you got to think that they're putting all their efforts into making that as big as it can be. Speaking of Max Payne 3, Rockstar's CEO Dan Houser let slip that any cruise you create in Max Payne 3's multiplayer will carry over into Grand Theft Auto 5. In case you hadn't heard, Max Payne 3's multiplayer allows players to create crews, which are like guilds, but with less chainmail and more AKs.
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah, more steez and
yeah,
swag.
Exactly. There will be public crews as well as private groups for you and your friends, and they incentivize it by adding stuff like XP bonuses for avenging teammates or settling vendettas against rival gangs. Oh, and by the way, this is all orchestrated through Rockstar's social club. So basically, air quotes. Basically, the two main takeaways are this. Grand Theft Auto 5 might come out in 2013, unless it doesn't, and it comes out at some other time. And if you thought it wasn't going to have an online pass, you are probably high and drunk and have not played a video game in the last year.
Yeah.
Because they all do it now.
They like those online passes.
Love them.
I actually remember having trouble with my PC copy of GTA 4, fighting with the social club on that. I had to hell about a DRM.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, it was tough.
Are you okay now?
It was tough. Some of you guys are asking what you're supposed to tweet out. I tried to actually type the URL into YouTube's chat, but they're fussy about that. I want you to tweet, I'm watching at DToid Show. There you go, that helped. I'm glad someone's paying attention. I always just imagine the second we go live, they just all take out playing cards and cigars and sit around like dogs playing poker.
It's all anyway, draw something in Words with Friends
once
we start.
Oh yeah, so an update on my ongoing soap opera of words, or of draw something.
Tell me.
I tried to play a game. I played one round where I had to guess. I guessed the word bat because it was a baseball bat, and then the game crashed and I have been unable to open it since. I tried restarting my phone and everything.
I have declared draw something bankruptcy.
Really?
Too many people were trying to open games with me back and forth, and then people start nudging you and reminding you that it's your turn, and it started stressing me out.
It gets rough.
It shouldn't be stressful.
Video games are tough business, man.
So
you guys remember that totally anticlimactic countdown timer that was on the Baldur's Gate website?
When they announced the new title, 500 Bad Gateway.
Error 500, I love this. Yeah, well, that was the announcement that was the announcement that they were counting down to announcement. That was really just an announcement that they're announcing two enhanced versions of the
doll of announcements.
Stupid thing. No screenshots, no nothing. They're just releasing enhanced versions of the first two games. Well, we actually have an interesting piece of information and some images of the game, except that they were buried in a goddamn blog post because the people making this game have absolutely no idea how to promote it. In this blog post, it is announced that Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition will be coming to iPad, which honestly seems like a really good platform for this because there's the pointing and the clicking and the tapping and the dragging. And it's going to include the Tales of the Sword Coast expansion pack, as well as some added content that includes a new party member and a new adventure. Of course, there are also some screenshots, which you can see here. They're great. Look at drinks, cool.
You can see what kind of sweaters they're wearing over there in the office.
It's pretty cool. I like that the guy's wearing jeans. What I don't like is that these aren't fucking screenshots. They're pictures of somebody playing an iPad. Like, this is not how you show off how enhanced the game is. Like, it's great that it's on an iPad, but look, I photoshopped that in like 3 minutes.
Calm Blue Ocean, Max. Calm Blue Ocean. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sure a whole lot of middle-aged nerdy dads who used to do a lot of PC gaming are going to pick this up because they can be on their iPad and pretend they're reading like the New Yorker or something, but they're actually like, go, mages, click, click, click. And I think the iPad's design and touch interface is really good for point-and-click games, but overhaul games, this is what you should have put behind your stupid broken-ass countdown timer. This is actually an announcement, but it's like Boy Who Cried Wolf over here. It's terrible. Anyway, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition hits PC and the App Store sometime this summer, so get hype, dads. Get hype.
Booyah. Are any of you guys hardcore EVE Online players? If so, you probably have a double doctorate in economics and space piracy. Because that's what it takes to start an EVE Online now. It's the most complicated game ever. Anyway, if you are a fan of EVE Online, you're probably watching the live streams of EVE Online's Fan Fest, which is going on in Iceland right now. Destructoid's own Hamza Aziz and Dale North are there, and although it seems like they're mostly eating whale and trying to hit on Bjork and complaining about cultural differences, they got a chance to check out some of the first gameplay from Dust 514, and it looks really awesome. Like, I was not looking forward to this, and now I think it's badass. In case you're not familiar, Dust 514 is a ground-based, free-to-play, massively multiplayer FPS exclusively for the PS3, but here's the catch. It takes place in the same universe as EVE Online, and not just in a spin-off-y way like Halo Wars. The idea here is that the shit that happens in Dust can affect what's happening in EVE in real time. So to demo this, they first had a couple of devs show up what life is like inside of Dust. So just like EVE, there's like a robust skill and customization system, there's objective-based multiplayer, they got vehicles, they got big guns. Then shit got so real. They're in the middle of this heavy firefight and the dude's called in some help from the EVE side. Okay, so as the dude on the ground is like painting
Bring
targets.
the rain!
All right, an EVE Online ship is orbiting the same planet. They see the targets, and they unleash a barrage of attacks that immediately pop up on Dust, annihilating the tanks. Look at this.
Bring the rain! I just like saying that. Bring the rain!
Here it comes, there's the rain.
It's pretty
there
cool.
It was. That's awesome, right?
That's really awesome.
So on the whole, they showed off about 30 minutes of gameplay. Needless to say, super impressive. Good looking, free-to-play MMO FPS. That's a rare enough thing on consoles, but to have it integrate in this way with a totally different game on a different platform is like unprecedented. I have no idea what else they have planned for this, but that alone makes me really excited.
I've heard that EVE Online is a very, very exciting game. Involves some spreadsheets.
Yeah, it's
but
dude,
this
there's so much finance involved, there's so much like politics involved, and you have to have been in there for a while. So I like this because they're letting people in on this world in a very accessible way.
With guns.
With guns.
With guns.
I want to know if I can like raid a ship, right? Like
I heard something like you can go onto other people's ships in EVE or something. I don't know.
That's so cool. Oh,
the
other thing that I heard, something about PS Vita. I don't know if it's the full game, but if it was, I would kill a baby for those people.
Hey, speaking of the PS, when's that coming out?
That is coming out summer 2012.
Okay, that's a specific date. We actually had a good question. You just got a Vita, didn't you?
I did get a Vita.
You buckled.
I did buckle, and I wound up loving it. I did.
Yeah,
I did.
So what are you playing? What kind of games are you into?
So I just got the new Katamari. It's pretty good.
I played one level in that, and then I got stuck on Uncharted.
Uncharted let me down, man.
Really?
Uncharted is pretty cool, except they put all this Wii motion waggle shoehorn fucking.
I kind of like it. I don't know. I like the wiggle waggles.
The first like 3 hours, it's like, hey, we should find some treasure.
Hey,
let's examine this
rub
artifact.
this hammer. Like, yeah, it's kind of silly.
If you rub the dust off of this hammer, maybe we'll find the way.
Okay.
And that happens every time.
Got a lot of requests. Would you run your hands through my hair just a little bit, please?
It's a little brittle because he uses a lot of product.
Please.
So I have to be very, very gentle. It'll break right off.
All right. So I don't think I'm going to be met with a whole lot of disagreement when I say that one of the better programs on the television right now, the analog television, not the digital television that you're watching, is Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And now, while this is technically a kid's show, I know a whole lot of grown-ups who watch it. And that being said, I think a whole lot of these so-called grown-ups are probably crapping their pants right now because an Adventure Time video game is in the works. And it's not going to be some half-ass shovelware because Wayforward is making it.
Yeah!
Yeah, right?
This is the best news!
This is some pretty good news.
The best news!
So series creator Pendleton Ward announced through his Twitter, along with some great little drawings, and he clarified that this would be a DS title, not 3DS. And that he was going to be working very closely with Wayforward, who have proven themselves to be incredibly competent at creating good DS games. I was a huge fan of last year's Aliens Infestation, and a lot of people have a very special place in their hearts for Batman, the Brave and the Bold, and Contra 4, and
Blood Rain Betrayal.
Blood Rain Betrayal.
So awesome.
And A Boy and His Blob.
Well,
okay, maybe not. But are you guys stoked for this game? I mean, like I'm stoked for this game, and I'm way behind on Adventure Time. I watched most of the first season, but then there was this great bird outside that
I remember that bird.
It was a huge
That was
bird.
like a really good bird.
It was like the size of a gull.
It was not like a pigeon, but it was not like a blue jay.
Yeah. Oh God. Wow. Here's one. Hollowbox Films asks, question, is the PS Vita worth buying? The games don't look that great.
So, yes, but if you feel like you're somebody who doesn't, if you buy it, you're gonna love it. But if you feel like you're somebody who doesn't need a portable console, just don't buy it. And you won't know that you're missing out on
It really
anything.
depends on how much you want one.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been able to play mine as much as I've wanted because I look at a screen all day, and then when I get off and I'm like, I get on the bus or something, either there's nowhere to sit to play it because you kind of need two hands to sit down and actually play it, or B, I'm just like, I want to read a book. I want to read a good old-fashioned goddamn book, and I just read books.
By books, he means porno mags, usually.
Somewhere in between. Dragon
Somewhere in
Ball.
between, like, yeah.
We have a plastic Tara says that we should take a word from our sponsor, so let's do that.
All right, let's go.
Guys, do you like video games? Mm-hmm. Do you love the video games?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you love video games, you should probably check out GameFly because it is the largest online video game rental service, and it offers you a choice from over 7,000 new and classic titles across a wide range of consoles and handhelds.
Tell me more.
GameFly plans start at just $15.95 a month, and members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time, keeping them for as long as they like with no late fees or due dates. When you're done with the game, just ship it back to GameFly, and they'll send you the next available game on your list. And because stamps are dumb, GameFly shipping is always totally free.
But what if I play the game and I love it?
If you love the game, just go to the GameFly website and click Keep It, and then they'll send it to you for a discounted price, and as well as the case and manuals for no extra charge.
Really?
Yes, indeed. And because you watch our awesome show, you deserve nice things. So just head over to gamefly.com/Destructoid, and you can start a free 15-day trial today. Again, that's gamefly.com/Destructoid.
Tara Doll is pleased with your sponsor, Rick.
Excellent. I've pleased the small plastic. Stop
no.
doing that.
No.
She's sick at home.
No.
That's gross.
No.
Oh, look at her
guys.
face. Look, she's so upset.
She's so upset about it.
Oh,
That
God, she's going to punch us so hard in our kidneys on Monday.
She's stronger than both of us put together.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have caught it, but we put up this little thing called Casual Friday every week that's over on the Rev3 Games YouTube channel, and it's a video series where we pretty much just sit around and drink beer and bitch about dumb video game stuff, totally unscripted. And this week, one of the games we talked about was Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City and how it seemed to just kind of turn Resident Evil into like an average shooter.
Didn't seem to. It did.
It did. Okay,
it did do
fine,
that.
it did. Fair enough. Today, Resident Evil 6 producer Masachika Kawata made some bold claims about the direction the series is headed, stating that survival horror games have too small of an audience for Resident Evil to sell well, and that the new game is going to be an extension of the changes made in 4 and 5. Kawata then cited some sales numbers, claiming that the sales of survival horror games really don't come anywhere close to action titles like Call of Duty. How does that make us feel?
Well, Max, he's right.
He's totally right.
It sucks that he's
so
right, but he's right.
I don't even like survival horror games that much. They scare me.
You're a company, and you're looking and you're trying to make money and feed all your employees.
Yeah.
And everybody's buying the Gears of Duty and the Calls of War.
Yeah.
And like, you put out a survival horror game, and people are like, yeah. So what are you gonna do, right? And I just feel like they should put out new things. If you
I
can't
would love to see new things. Yeah.
If you can't make Resident Evil work anymore, put out something new. You guys are creative, right? You created a ton of cool shit.
Yeah.
Make some new shit.
It's like if you're gonna cheat on your girlfriend, just break up with her. Be a man. Be a man, Capcom. She deserves better. Come on, let her go. But yeah, no, I'd love to see like a new franchise, or hey, maybe they could take one of their old ones and just like.
No, that's the problem. That's the problem.
No,
they can't do that.
No, one of the ones they haven't touched in ages.
Oh yeah, they haven't touched it.
What about Dino Crisis? The people who play the action games, they don't even know what that game is. They don't know it.
But they could figure it out probably through title context.
It's a crisis involving dinosaurs. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so let's take a few questions. Let's see what the kids are saying about us. Okay, Holobox, we're not answering any more of your questions. We already answered one of them. And also, happy birthday, Joseph. Let's see, we read the fingers through your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Tara. Oh shit, she's watching. Fuck. She's probably mad at us.
Is she?
Let's see.
You watching right now, Tara? Is this weird? Is this weird for you?
So,
what about this? This is probably weirder. Less or more weird?
Is that?
That's like a good. That's like a good job.
Look at it's like wool pants, but they're made of plastic. It's weird.
I don't know.
So we got one. LinkPlay9 says, "What is your personal opinion on the Mass Effect 3 ending?"
All right, I am not a big Mass Effect guy. I played the first one. The series didn't grab me the way it grabbed other people. I do sympathize with people who put in a lot of time and were kind of let down by this thing. But I'm also 100% not ever shocked when the ending of a game sucks or a game company drops the ball.
Yeah.
But as far as as far as them going back and changing the ending, I think that just sort of weakens them in terms of like, you're somebody who wrote this, you put your creative vision in, you should stand behind your ending.
Yeah. Now, people are comparing it. They're like, no, if construction workers spend weeks building a building and then they forget to put the roof on, that's bad. I'm like, yeah, well, no one's gonna die or get wet if Mass Effect 3 is a shitty ending.
Creative stuff is different, right? Like, you have to stand by bad endings to things if you wrote them.
And this is the thing that no one seems to get, is that like demanding your money back for a product or service is one thing. When it's a creative decision made by the people doing it, like that's entirely different. And I mean, I don't know. Personally, it was a shitty ending. It was a bad ending. Like I am totally like, I agree with them. I just kind of, motherfuckers, have you seen Star Wars? Shut up, you babies, you fucking assholes. Like, just don't come crying to me. Don't come over here with your, oh, we spent 5 years playing this and $120.
Old man Scoville's talking about his 70s sci-fi again.
Fucking money I've spent on stupid things to George Lucas, and it's like, anyway, so people are gonna get mad at me for saying that. I don't really care. It's okay.
I mean, the thing is, like, half the people were angry when the ending was bad, and now the other half are angry because it changed.
Yeah,
and I just feel like nobody wins in this whole Mass
silly
Effect
shit
thing.
show. But I guess let's wind things down. It's been
let's end on a down note.
Today.
That was a bummer.
We have some winners. The winners of the 360 DOA Booby Tit Simulator demo. sorry, Tecmo Koei. I apologize. The winners are Kyle's Nav, Jay Emerton, Timothy Samuel, and for PS3 we've got Adams Kiowanev and Dat William Hill and Hid30 and Defy Gravity and Chrono Raven. Chrono Raven wins the award for best username.
I like that.
But yeah, that was Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive 5. You want to look at this some more? Tara, I know you're watching. Look at
That's the exact same look on her face.
She's watching that at home.
She sees
anyway, you guys can follow us on Twitter as always. Oh wait, we have some other things, don't we?
We have things.
We're like Santa Claus.
Let's talk about things.
We got some more codes actually.
Yeah.
If you didn't want one of our DOA codes, we've got some Gears of War season passes to give away, and we're going to be giving those away from our Rev3 Games Twitter. That's at Rev3 Games, and you should go follow that shit because we make videos on there too. Damn it. Go watch them. We've been doing a lot of stuff over there.
We slave over hot videos all day.
Yes, a video stove is where we work.
Yeah.
And somebody called us on our shit for not ever trying to give prizes to the actual Destructoid.com community, and that was mean, so I decided to buckle to their demands.
Mean but accurate.
Much like BioWare. And we're randomly selecting some people who are commenting on this episode's post over on Destructoid.com when it goes up later tonight, so none of you can win this yet, but that is for codes for Nyan Cat Adventure for iOS, which is a game about a goddamn rainbow cat hurtling through time and space, eating pills.
Think about it.
Yeah. It's about drugs, guys, and it's cool. That just came out on iTunes today for $1, and you should go buy that regardless. But that's just Destructoid.com. It's a website. I know it's not YouTube. It can be scary. Just go to there, and probably, in a few hours, we're going to have this up as a recording, and you can rewatch it for all the times that we said something inappropriate or wrong, and when we just flinch thinking about how Tara's going to react to this. But yeah, as always, yeah, show them. Give it kisses. Anyway, you can follow us on Twitter. We together are at Dtoid Show, where we post all our video goodies. And I'm at Max Scoville, where I do very advanced swear word research and ruin my chances for ever having a job in politics. And Anthony, what is your Twitter thingy?
My Twitter thingy is at @acarboni. And all you guys should go tweet nice, get well soon things to Tara, because she's in rehab now. She's at New Beginnings in Sedona, Arizona.
Yeah, she's at Silent Hill Rehab. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. That's really creepy. What happened to the show?
I don't know.
It's terrifying.
It's fine.
Anyway, you guys have a great weekend. We love you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
I'm gonna have to keep this now. It's unsanitary for
Turn off the cameras. I want to watch them do this.